All right. Hey, it's Wednesday, July 13th. Welcome to Track Feedback. Right off, I want to let you know, I had a computer crash last week. I got a new one, so I'm looking at a different screen and a different keyboard and mouse. And if anything gets glitchy on the display or whatever I'm not sure what you're going to see because I have a bigger screen. Oh, look, you can see my whole layout. Okay, monitor screen is up. So it's just going to take me a little second to get these windows arranged. Curious if I could have Discord open on this new machine and not glitch out the stream, but we don't really need to do that today. So for anybody in the Track Feedback crew, be aware in the record label project, we have a link for submissions for House Volume 1. We're collecting tracks. There's a lot of people in here making some great house beats, and I want to get them on our next release, which is coming out at the end of August. So I wanted to just show you that. We're still full? No. Got it. All right, let me close out Discord. Quit. And now we have like a huge window for Spectrum and... Do we need to see all that? And my monitor screen. That keyboard makes me seasick. Which keyboard? Oh, you're talking about... Oh, Matt Schultz, whose studio is this? You know what? These are recycled track feedback photos I took from our feedback posts in 2021, I think. So the graphics are like from people in the Mixotexture group. And I don't remember what the picture looks like right now. So sorry for the photo credit. Oh, Matt Schultz, higher resolution screen for sure. Okay, that's good. John Madison, AFL, you had a new release too. Congratulations on that. I didn't quite catch the promo in time when you did it. So everybody here, welcome to please email me, directly tag me in a post. Let me know, here's my new release, here's the link, so I can help you share it. So what we're listening to right now is Matt Schultz release on Bandcamp called Theory, or Theory, with 3 tracks of dub techno that came through Track Feedback and has the signature Matt Schultz bass sound like bloop, which I love listening to, and Matt did a great job on these. So unfortunately, I got to press pause, but you can go to mattschultz.bandcamp.com and check out the Theory release and pick up a copy if this kind of music makes you feel good. And remember, on Bandcamp, that's the site where we as artists get the most support, the most direct percentage of the money that you spend. So spending $4 or $5 on Bandcamp could actually be a meaningful amount for the artist rather than trying to get 1 million Spotify streams. And we have patreon.com. So a couple, I want to thank David Fidele for posting my name on the Ableton Live question about how to get track feedback. If you're watching in the replay land, this is where you sign up, patreon.com/mixotexture. There is a level for track feedback, and that's a monthly subscription where you can put your tracks into Discord, that we saw at the beginning. And twice a week, I do live streams where I play the tracks and we give useful feedback on each track, whether that's sound design, song structure, or the mix, or possibly even the mastering. We talk about how to make the track better with minor adjustments that will make a huge world of difference. And remember, what you hear in your headphones and what you hear in your studio room might not be what other people hear coming out of their speakers. So it can really help to have comments, not just from me, but from other people in the group who are in different rooms with different speakers, different levels of experience. We have some heavy hitters in the group of experienced producers who really add a lot to the group and the feedback levels. So let's get going with Mr. Melvis. Oh, Pivclit, 1 million plays on Spotify is $2,500. Well, start clicking that button, everybody. And here we go, Mr. Melvis, new track, Heavy Flow, version 1A. Let me start that again. And bump up master level, EQ flat, stereo width is okay. Yeah, we got a lot of new tracks today. Mr. Melvis, right off, I like the beat, I like the bassline fuzz. Oh, and I can get my changelog up in this window. Yes. So Melvis looking for feedback on the vibe, the format, style, mix, volume. I like that lead bleep. Beep, beep, beep. I feel the mid-range synth One of them is a little bit loud. The one that's kind of like, oh. Alex B, number 44 on Melodic House chart on Beatport. Nailing it. Yeah, Tim, I like the pads also. There's one synth layer that's a little bit loud, and I want to just also go back and say that crash. Minute 17, crash is a little bit up too loud. I like the squeaky lead with the bleep thing. That's cool. This, yeah, the mid synth. Oh, that kind of synth that's like the aw sound. Oh, ah, aw. Those chords are just a bit loud, and the melody bleep is a little too quiet. I think the hi-hats and the high frequencies of the drums could come forward a bit. Wait a minute, tell Steve to shut up. Well, I want to hear that sweep. That was a nice transition. This part sounds amazing. I would come up a little bit on the high end of the drums. That's high shelf EQ. Mindbender's locked in. How you doing? Got your track. Okay, Alex B, huge fan of how the synths are working together. Yeah, Melvis, bring that cymbal down a little bit, bring the hi-hats up a little bit, and bring the main loudest synth down a little bit, and this is gonna be ready. This is a great mix for version 1. Song structure, song form, feels cool, nothing gets boring. We're in that groove space, you know, it's just like, hey, this is good. And coming up in a few beats, we should hear something change. Around here, 2, 3, 2, 2, change. All right, producer trick. That was amazing. I felt like I needed something to change in the track. The beat had been in for a while, the melody had been for a loop, or had been looping for a while, and the mid-range instruments were all the same. So the texture had been the same for a while. And I had that feeling like at the end of this 8-bar phrase, I want something to change. And I didn't know if there was going to be something dropping out or what. Listen to what happens around 3:15 and see if you can tell me what changed. Coming up after 4, 2, 3, 2, 3. Right here, 4, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 312, the melody goes up an octave. I was a little bit late counting right there, but at 312, listen to the top melody, what octave it's in. Right at 312, there's a transition sound. The melody keeps going. It just goes up an octave, freshens up this whole section of the track, keeps it from getting stale. That's a great technique. Just take your melody, take the MIDI notes, up an octave. And coming up in a little bit next, hopefully something will drop out and move towards an ending. DJ Waters. Okay, at 350 it feels like we're just in a loop now and the form is repeating a bit. What I'm hoping to hear is that something gets subtracted, like maybe the beats or maybe one of the synth layers or something, so we can just move towards an ending. Okay, there we go, 411, the melody comes out. I like how we can have the bass line is nice and loud right down here. I suppose the kick drum could have more bump as an element. Okay, now it sounds like an ending. So this kind of thing should have happened like 16 bars sooner. This ending section was a little too long. All right, just felt repetitive. Okay, not bad. I think that's enough mix notes for Mr. Melvis to work with. So let's keep going to get through as many tracks as we can without rushing. And that's nice work for a first mix. That's listenable and that's actually playable. Playable. You could put that on. People would enjoy it. Paraverse Drift Away B-side version 2. EQ back to flat. Stereo field. Has the happy clap crew. We're not telling, it's a secret. Pushing up the master volume a little bit. I like these lead sounds. It has like a 70s guitar feel. Like Curtis Mayfield a little bit, like little strums and some echo. Okay, yeah, that switch, Alex B at 142. That sound, wah, wah, wah. Maybe not so often, and I can see it's kind of raspy around 872. I think let me see if I can find that frequency. I think around 870, there's a scratchy feeling in that sound that could be, you could EQ that down a little bit so it's not as raspy in that throat tone, like. I like the vocals. All right, Fender Strat through a Fender Deluxe mic'd up. I love it, I love it, I love it. Yeah, I agree. I would like some vocals on this too, and I also think, yeah, Pivclit comment, too short. I want these to float forever. Yes, this could be 6 minutes. Nice low end, bass line is good, kick drum is kind of bumpy. Creepy echo voice, like whispering. I want to give you something more useful than just saying make it longer, but right now the comment does make it longer. Yeah, so EQ down that scratchy thing at the 880s, 870s or something. It's like 15 minutes. I think the kick drum could use a little bit of an EQ. It's got some of that boxy stuff around 250 or 260 hertz where it's kind of like kicking a big empty cardboard box, like coo, coo, coo. Especially with those low mid chords. So what I would do with the kick is I see those low chords around 230 or 250 or something. Go to your kick drum around 250 hertz. Do the frequency sweep where you boost up 250, with the kick drum, listen to it and sweep around from like 100 to 500 and listen to where the kick drum has that really boxy kind of nasty tone, and then just scoop it out like minus 6 dB, around 270s, maybe 300 hertz. And what you're gonna do is open up space for those low mid chords to sound more in the front, and the kick is not gonna be occupying a low mid range where it's sort of useless. That will help a lot. Okay, and I hate pausing tracks. I do want to listen to that forever. Oh, can I EQ the whole drum sample? Yes, you can totally EQ down 250 hertz in that whole drum loop because there's nothing else happening at that frequency that's going to matter. If you had a conga drum with a banging conga player, you might not want to scoop out 250 because that would be like the snap and the talk, talk, talk kind of tone of the conga. It's weird how the part of a conga that sounds good, if you take that same frequency of a kick drum, it sounds like trash. But yeah, just EQ the whole beat loop. Don't worry about it. And let's keep moving on, moving on. Crest of a Wave, version 2, Ben Hunt. It's all imported into Ableton as a whole thing. Yeah, if you got the drum sample as a stereo loop of the drums, we can work with that. Notice I got the follow tempo on so we can see the tempo. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, 125. Oh, damn. Ben Hunt bringing it loud. And I got my change log back up, so let's see what Ben's been doing. Version 2, quick update. Lowered the highs on the bass line, raised up the synths and vocals. Possibly some arrangement tweaks for version 3, but... Was the bass kind of bright before? I like that clap. Nice and snappy, nice reverb. All right, let me check the entry on that one sound. There's like an impact boom. It sounds like there's a low bass impact, like poof. It kind of has the same thing as Genie's kick drum, like something maybe, but this one maybe 500 hertz or something where the impact bump has like a little bit of like a kind of thing that could get EQ'd down. That's a detail, that doesn't really matter. Yeah, Matt Schultz, I was checking out the mid-range bell. That does have a couple spots where it's kind of pingy. Example 1.75. That little synth stab is excellent. And you know, this little melody bell thing, it could come down in volume, but also I don't think it needs to be in the whole entire time. I would maybe pause that sound and let us have the bass groove for a little bit for a while. Like at 2 minutes or something. Because when that melody keeps going all the time, it's like, gets overused. That mid-range squeaky thing is super cool. Oh, Joe Carson, what's going on? All right, Ben, vocals sounding good at that volume.
We are unified and on one accord. Because together we got power. When we are together, we got power.
Okay, that vocal needs to be compressed a little bit more. And the reason I'm saying that is because I'm really feeling some parts of it are really loud compared to the others. He says, when we're together, we got power. And if you listen, I'll play it again. Listen to how loud the word power is. The power, like our. That part is loud. And the phrase where he's going, together we got. Those words are a little bit quieter and kind of getting muffled. Blah, 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 blah. Like you can hear that he's saying stuff, but you can't quite pull it out as obviously as the main emphasis on the word power. That's a perfect example of a vocal that needs some compression.
And on one accord.
power. But cuz
When
together.
we are together, we got power.
So I would definitely take that vocal and do another round of compression, like 4:1 ratio, slow attack time, 45 milliseconds, drag the threshold down until you see gain reduction on the whole thing, where the quiet words have gain reduction and the words power have a lot of gain reduction, and then like auto release or short release time, so the gain reduction dips back up in time for the next word to come through. That would be my compression recipe for this one.
All of us are one people, singing our music, popping our finger, and doing our thing. Let's give ourselves a great round of applause.
Did I hear some rumble in
Let's
here?
give ourselves a great round of applause.
What was that low bump of
Singing our
bass down
music,
here?
popping our finger, and doing our thing. Let's give ourselves a great round of applause.
At 320, it sounds like there's a sub bass layer of the kick drum that's still going after the top kick is muted. You guys hear that? Right at 320.
Popping our finger and doing our thing. Let's give ourselves a great round of applause.
There's 4 sub bass rumbles right there that don't make sense with anything else when the kick drum is muted. So if that's part of the kick, I would mute it. Here, what I would do is bring the bells back. So now for a song structure comment.
Singing our music, popping our finger and doing our thing.
This whole part when the vocal is in, that melody bell should not be here at all. It's not necessary and it's not really helping. And it'll have a much greater impact if it's gone for like a whole minute or something and it finally comes back in this breakdown. So could you mute the bell? Let's go back and find a place to mute it.
And doing our thing.
And
Let's give ourselves a great round of applause.
Then at 322, bring the lead melody bell back in. Because then it'll feel like the theme, like, oh, the return to the theme we heard at the beginning. So I want to go back to the beginning and find a place to cut that bell. We hear it from the very beginning. Okay, that's good. Count in your head on it. Here's 7 bars. Let's see if we can count it in terms of 8 bars. So 9, 2, 3, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, now it's building up with the clap layers. I think right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, at 109, when that sound of the synth stab comes in and goes, at that drop, cut out the melody and leave it out until the gap. And I think it'll make the track better because there's other stuff happening now. Play around with that. I don't think it'll be too empty. I really think it'll be cool. We don't even need to listen to the rest. That one edit, I mean, of course we need to. It sounds cool. It sounds great. It's listenable. I like it emotionally. I'm like, oh yeah, I want to hear this track. So what I would do is just mute the melody and don't delete it out of your Ableton project. Everybody in producer land, if you hear us talking about feedback and song structure and we're like, oh, cut that out, don't delete the whole thing permanently forever and then save and like lose the idea. Just go and hit the 0 key on that clip, deactivate it, export a version and listen through. And listen with your eyes closed. Listen when you're not looking at the screen. Listen when you're not looking at the timing. So you can just naturally feel how that sound approaches you if it's gone and you don't notice or if it comes back in. For song structure, it's not always a good idea to stare at the screen and watch what's happening and then decide if you like it. Because when you can visually see it, your brain expects it and then you think you like it. But if you can't visually see it and it just happens, then you really know how your audience is going to react to it. So I'm trying to make some universal production tips on that one. And Ben Hunt, good job getting that done. It's almost done. Little vocal compression, couple little things, and it'll be cool. Okay, Tim Laws, Temple 01 Vision version 1. We got a whole bunch of new tracks today. Damn! I thought that was going to be a silence that it hit me. All right, the mix comes in. This is what I want to hear. If I'm beat matching a record, I want to hear the kick drum sounding like this at the very beginning to get it bringing in. Genie deactivating with the 0 key, right? Bacon Men, is that a vegan username? All right, Tim, awesome intro so far. Just totally exciting. I'm going to check the change log or... I like the siren sound. I like the swing a lot. Damn. How is this version 1? Nice gap right there. That was a nice gap. Oh, the chord. This sounds like a record. Those different bass sounds, that bass house kind of like... Good little transitions and chops. This little vocal sample feels kind of sloppy. Rhythmically, it feels like it's like flap, flap, flap. There is something a little bit off in the fast, high-frequency rhythm. Maybe it's the hi-hat doubling clashing with the rhythm of the vocal sample. I really like the chords that came in. I love that little gap, the little transition sounds, and the combination of different bass growls and stabby bass synths. Really nice sound design. Totally does. Yeah, Ben, UK vibe, completely. This modulation is awesome. All right, Paul Robinson, great comment. More of just the bass and kick. This is great. One more time. Wait, I'm not ready. Okay. Pregnant pause. I like the silence and the gap and the drop thing. That little chirpy thing is so cool. I wanted it to keep going and have the vocal piece come in before the drop. The silence was actually a little bit too much of a silent because the timing was good, but the sound, something good stopped. So could you possibly put that little chirpy high frequency thing into a tiny delay so the delay continues over this gap where the vocal comes in? Would that work? Question.
Your love is what I vision.
Check. I'm gonna try this one more time. Okay, I just did that on the mixing board with a little fast delay on that sound in that gap. And that's what I would do, but the silence was too silent, yeah. Then this drop is so good right here. The vocal's perfect. The female vocal placement in this track hits that like spark. This is solid, Tim. Yes. Glitchy glitch. I like your mini transitions. They're coming often, quick, effective, pow, back in. chords are excellent. All right, Paul. Here's that bass and kick. This vocal sample takes some high frequency down so it doesn't get in the way of the hi-hats. Hold on. Okay, right there. Ta-da! That vocal sample has a little ta-da sound that's high frequency, scratchy enough that it's clashing with the hats. So in the beginning, when we heard that vocal sample and the hi-hats with that little ta-dit, like swing, that I think is what I was hearing as like the sloppy rhythm. So if you just kind of take a high shelf EQ, roll that down from like 6K or something. Just that vocal sample, just get the, you know what I mean, the breathy part out of there. Bringing it back in. Nice. Yeah, I don't know how come Spectrum is looking a little orange today. I don't know. Maybe. So Tim, this is a really enjoyable track. A couple little tweaks and it's going to be done. Alex is looking for a little less swing on the hi-hats. I don't feel that. Like right here, I think the hi-hats are working for that like garagey kind of style. Pow. All right, that was me. Yeah, Alex, I mean, it could have a little bit less swing on the hi-hats. For me, the swing is not a problem. It's working in the style. And really, that vocal sample needs less high frequency, and that's a really cool track. Let's just check these chords. There was a comment about these chords being a little too loud, so I think the chord's right here. So there's one chord in the instrument group that's kind of lower, like that's maybe a little bit overlapping with the top end of the bass line. So possibly that could change. But the thing that's really good is that it's also stuttered. You have bass and then chords and then vocals and then the other chord is like and they're all coming at different times. So for me, that instrumentation adds to that chaotic feel of the track just being like like coming at you. So man, I'm excited about it. Alex, okay, sometimes it's really off, like a track being brought in but being off, like train wrecking on the hi-hat mix. Maybe. So, all right, well, Tim, make some adjustments, bring that back on, because that's only version 1. So bring back version 2 on Saturday, and let's see what might need to get changed after that. All right, Danats, speaking of great grooves, here we go into the house world. We are not talking about buckets, you guys. We push up the broadcast level. Move my screen. Yeah, Tim, that's a slamming track, man. That's going to be a really, like, your style has gone in a good direction. I'm expecting another kick drum to come in, knowing Danats. I think it just came in. Kick drum feels a little lost. I can hear there's a big deep kick drum mount down there. The kick drum is not defined as a real, like Tim's track, right? Tempo 01 came in, that kick drum was like in your head. This kick drum is kind of like, you know, someone dropping a mattress on you, but where it's big and you know that it happened, but it's not like a rock. There we go. Coming in with the top loops. Check on a change log here. And he's looking for some feedback on the vocal loop, the groove. The two vocals. I like that sample. Yeah, Ben, Carrie Chandler vibe. That's a nice compliment. Shepard's exactly. The low end spectrum looks like a kind of a mountainous area. The bass line is cool. I like how the bass line is a nice, like, mid-range bass. Popping up above, 190, 200. It's like the bass has a nice melodic tone. You could completely just change out the kick drum to something different and get like, bah, bah, bah. Ian, okay, I see that you sent on SoundCloud. Thank you. Did I miss a link from you? That was not intentional. You met Kevin Saunderson last weekend? Dang. This vocal works. The level is great. It's working so far. I mean, the kick drum is just such a big thing that's what I need to change in here. Like, I just cut out the low mids around 200 and try to kick up the low end. And even when I turn up the low end EQ, it still just feels like, ooh, 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 ooh. So first thing I would do is just swap out the kick drum. Oh, Shepherds, you just typed it in, give us a low end boost. Yeah, that's what I did. And it's not. So if you're out there in replay land watching and wondering, what are we talking about? Sometimes we have a situation where the kick drum is just not loud enough in the mix, and you need to take the existing kick drum and turn it up, which is a decent problem to fix. Sometimes we have problems where there's too much compression on the whole master channel from like a mastering plugin, and the kick drum is perfect at the opening, and then it gets lost in the middle where everything else gets loud. This is not that situation. This is where the actual kick drum itself doesn't have the shape and the feel to hit like a kick. It's feeling like a woof, woof. So in this situation, I wouldn't even try to, I would, if I had this session, first thing I would do is go and undo EQ, filter plugins, compressor plugins, listen to the raw sample and see if it would work by itself. And if not, just swap the sample. There's no need to torture yourself trying to edit the crap out of a kick drum if you could just swap it for something else. The clap is slamming. And that almost sounds like a single kick drum at the end right here, right? Another thing is if you're having a track where the kick drum doesn't feel right, remove one. Try to make one kick drum that works for your sound. Sometimes layering different kick drums, you think it's going to be great, but you could waste a lot of time trying to get the click and the body and the thump and the sub, and you can just create more problems with yourself. There's a saying in audio that the saying goes, there's a lot of mistakes you cannot make with one microphone. Meaning if you're trying to mic a sound, you put one mic in the right place with a good quality mic, good preamp, and record it clean, you'll get a great sound. If you try 4 mics and you have phase problems and they're all interacting with each other, you can just waste a ton of time and not ultimately end up with something better. So that structure is cool. That's it feels like a Denats track. It's got like the kind of structure that feels like not predictable, like it's going to happen, but consistent with the Denats style. And to answer your Discord question, Adam, the vocals are cool. The vocals are working. I didn't even notice any problems with them. I could hear them. They were rhythmic. They were interacting with each other and doing cool stuff. So change the kick drum and bring that back. And, quick updates with faster iterations, I think, get us to better progress rather than like agonizing over one track for 3 months and then trying to get feedback later. Don't just tack on a side chick. Did you mean side chain? What are you guys talking about today? All right, new deep house from Alex B. Let me make sure I know what I'm talking about before I comment. No, my mouse does not go to across the other screen. So compressed the lead, smoothed it out, more side chain on the ARP lead, brought the kick up a little bit. EQ flat, let's see what we got. Ooh, nice intro. Instant clarity. The atmospheric effects on the bass line and the hi-hats are all at a really nice level right away. Actually made a change log. So far, so good. All right, if you want to be super picky, that one little sample was scratchy. Right there, 3.8 kilohertz. Any sample that's at 3K that's like dominantly at that 3,000 or 4,000 hertz frequency is gonna feel kind of scratchy. Beautiful drop, man. This is great. The clap is great. Beats are nicely mixed. So Danats, since we're just after your track, check out how this kick drum has a snap on the front end of an attack, and the body is just a simple thump, like a thud. That's just all you need. Got some harmonic action happening. I think this one is almost done. I see your question. The compression on the lead is fine. It's better, and I remember we were talking about that. Now that lead feels a little dry. I think it could have a little bigger delay or reverb or something on the lead, so it's a little echoier. Oh yes, submission for the house compilation. I like it. The rain came back, gotcha. I like that sound, that's cool. And those toms are awesome. Whatever delay is on the toms, could you do that kind of delay on the ARP lead? I like the vocal that's right there before the drop. It's sort of ethereal. Nice, yes, exactly. Layering in the clap right there. We got a big D coming up. I want to try some little bit of delay here. Did you hear what I just did? This is turning up the delay. I have an aux delay on the mixer, like this. Check, 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 check. So I'm gonna do that on the melody lead and just hear what it sounds like. And I don't mean to be a one-trick pony like I was saying with the track earlier, but sometimes some delay on the melody elements, filling up the gaps in between things is such a great, simple technique. And you can do it where it's not like totally obvious, it's just kind of continuing something that we're already hearing. Okay, mono check. Okay, let me know what you hear on the clap. When I go into mono, I hear the clap get a little bit of a phaser, like chunk, chunk. Whereas in stereo, it just sounds like clap with a reverb. So let's go back to... Really listen to the clap when it goes in mono. Here's stereo. Mono. Do we get a section of only beats? Okay, listen to the clap. Well, I'm not sure that's a problem. What I would do to solve that problem is first, bypass all the effects on the clap, listen to the clap as the dry sample, and check the phase on that. So if the clap sample itself is a stereo sample that gets phasey when you collapse it to mono, it's kind of like, don't worry about it because it's the only sound in the mix that's going to do that, and it doesn't really sound that bad in mono. But if the clap is a mono source sample, then you would need to look at your clap effects and look at the reverb and ask the question, is the reverb having a phase problem, which will make a difference when everything else in that reverb gets phasey, because you don't want your whole drum mix to be like getting screwed up in mono. So check your reverb, and if it is too phasey, try using like the utility plugin to narrow it a bit, or maybe phase flip one side of it and see if that makes a difference or something. So basically the answer I would say is play with the utility plugin, and if you can only identify a problem in the clap in this mix, I wouldn't even worry about it because the clap doesn't disappear. Like, it's a problem if you go into mono and your snare drum is gone and you have no clap and no snare at all. That's a problem, but that doesn't happen. This is like a slight change in the feeling of the clap in mono. Really not a big deal. Okay, let's ride out the end of this track here. Those tom rolls. Oh my God, people listening in mono is not our kind of people. Debatable. The vibe though, man, just the vibe. That bass line. Okay, I like the way the ARP fades out. It gets a little bit of a low pass filter feel. And beautiful epic ending. This is a great track, man. This is going to be done on the next version. Everything's feeling right. Clap, clap, clap. Yes, Matt, avoid Haas effect kind of things. Yeah. That's amazing. It feels really good. It's playable now. Those are minor tweaks that we're talking about for changing. So version 5 is going to be V5 Big D for Alex B. All right, so Max came through with a remix of Tears of the Poppy from the house section. Naked kick drum. Check change log. There's a lot of notes on this one. I am playing the new version. Alex, if you're doing the Haas effect at 20 milliseconds, maybe you could change the timing up to a different, like, slightly change the micro timing slightly. That might do something cool. I like that bass line, dang. I like that nice dark clap too. Teasing the vocal, check that out. Really good. Yeah, man. The tambourine, the hi-hats, stereo hi-hats. Let's go in mono. Mono. Oh, that bass is getting nasty. On the floor and in the couch. I like this sound. And shifting the vocal timing a beat later compared to the original. I really like this middle low sound. That is cool. Yes. So I think the breakdowns and the structure really works well. I saw some comments about the placement and timing of the breaks. For me, this totally works. And this part, it's like a slow burn that just keeps building. One more time in mono. A little chick closed hi-hat. Yeah, this is a journey music. Go on a little journey. Where's Pip Clit? I think, oh, Kid Drugs, DMT. Okay. Max, Mark Troy, I think we're done. I don't have any comments on this. It's beautiful. Nice job. Seems like you did it pretty quick. You know, maybe the snare could be a little louder. It's a dark tone though, so it makes sense that it's kind of like subtle in the mix. But I would put this up for mastering as is. Doom, ba-doom, boom, 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 doom, ba-doom, doom, boom, boom. So then like another 15 minutes of this ending and we'll be good. Oh, Alex, where did you go in Colombia for the retreat? That's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna grab... No, move that window. Not talking to you guys, I'm talking to my mouse. Confusion version 1, apt for the moment. And I think Confusion might be lined up. Yeah. And we got some other... Okay. And there's my monitor window. Cool. Ian, thanks for sending me that link. Sorry I missed it. I don't know what I was thinking. Probably craziness. Who knows? May never be discovered. Okay, Mindbender. This is master version 1 after like Rev 8, I think. So let's see. Ah! Loud. Stereo field is opened up. Wait. That seems like it hit. Like 15 seconds, the vocal and guitar hit with no warning at all. Like I could use a little some kind of transition to indicate that's gonna happen. The sound is awesome. Mix is really nice right here. Let me check on mono here. The mix is amazing. Yes. That transition was a nice launch. This sounds super pro. Yeah. Wait, am I playing the wrong version? Hold on, am I playing the wrong version right now? Because I'm seeing the one you posted out yesterday at 1:31, and then you linked a better version with clear look. Shit. I'm sorry, I didn't mean. Can somebody email me on SoundCloud, send me a message with the right link? I thought I got the most recent one. So while we're waiting for that, let's check out Tim Law's Cyber version 4. It's wrong. Thanks for the all caps. Going up. Oh yeah, I remember this. Some more bassline house. And what are the updates here? Removed some bassline distortion, and the Chukka glitch edits got louder. I like this part with the bubbly thing. That sounded good. And mono. Yeah, sounded good so far. I like the way the bass sounds. The sound was so wide it left the studio, went out the window. Yeah, mix is sounding good, layers are coming in nicely, structure is working. What was the other? Those little bass sounds with the reverb on it. And the little voice. All right, Tim, sorry you got to split. Good job on the edits. Just stay for the drop. Yes, great drop and gap. All right, the beats are sounding good, drum reverbs and everything. I hate to skip through this, but I think this one is done. Does anybody have any comments? I mean, I didn't. Everything flowed. And this little, like, kind of dubstep B section. There was that little glitch. Yeah. And back to the A section, yeah. Cha-cha. That's cool. Tim's getting some claps. Okay, and let me refresh. Move that so I can get the link. Okay, let me know if this is the right one. Pivclet, I was wondering if you were gonna say something about that. The compression on the kick drum, like it does sound like a compressed mix. So maybe Tim on the replay, maybe export a pre-master that doesn't have any heavy compression on it for the mastering. Okay, I'm pushing up the broadcast a little bit. I like that bass line a lot. Those 4 notes, nice and deep. Look how perfectly you can see each bass note. And then the kick is all the way down here, 45 hertz. That high frequency thing. Oh, Morton, a radio mix. Gotcha. It sounds amazing. The vocals sound really up front. Daft Punk meets Chick. Is this Mr. Melvis on guitar? Guitars are great. Tambourine coming in. Yeah, Mr. Melvis, yeah. And that Mindbender bottom. Oh, now he's gonna bring it. Watch out. Anybody have any comments? I got nothing. Big and simple. Mr. Melvis is a true pro. I told him what I wanted and he nailed it within 20 minutes. The brass section, it's like got that like roller skating disco kind of vibe. Vocals sound amazing. Let's check mono. Let me just go back to right here with the vocals. Oh shit. The wah pedal, watch out. This part is my favorite. That's me pushing it up. That wah is not you? Oh, damn it. Those 4 bass notes. Do, 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 do. Yeah, right here. Wow, that's a beauty of a track. So you said it was a radio edit, which means you compressed it more than usual, made it shorter, and put the vocal louder, I guess. I don't know. But really amazing. That's an example of some of the best combination we've heard of bass, kick drum, beats, dance groove, fuzz bass, and vocals and guitars and a brass kind of stab section creating this whole world. That's great. I don't know what to say. I'm jealous. Nice work. Nice work. Where can we get a copy, actually? All right. So Shepherd is brand new, version 1. Everybody put your disco away. We're going to another dimension, and it sounds like this. Put away your roller skates. Get out your black t-shirts. Maybe that snare could be a little bit louder. Maybe. Yeah, hi-hats and snare can be louder. Let me do my favorite trick. I'm going to cut the low end, push up the mids, and then bring the kick drum back. By the way, this is with a 60 dB, 60 hertz low shelf EQ, cut out all the way, and it still sounds like this. This is minus 15 dB on the low shelf right here. Now here comes some bass. Okay, here we have the low end about minus 6 dB at 60 hertz. I like the high end and the mids a lot more when the overall top part of the track is louder, okay? Yeah, all that cool texture and stuff in the mids, the little bleepy things, really bring those out to the front just by turning down the low end of the kick and pushing up the mix. I love these kind of Shepherd sounds. A little bit out of sync. Oh yes, the little reverse beat. Yes, man. Kind of clacky. Matt Schultz, ARP sound louder. Nice ear candy. This little beat is so cool. Oh, I can't wait. People are gonna lose their mind listening to this. Like black room strobe light. Let me put back a little bit more kick drum here. That's like minus 3 dB at the 60 hertz low shelf EQ. Oh. there's new sound at the end. Really amazing sound design with the distortion layers and the rhythmic overlapping. Giving it to you. And mono. Almost no difference in mono. Wait, these little high frequency sounds. And the reverb wash, making a transition out of a reverb. It's great. Full on right here. All I can say is that the mix had just a little bit too much low end, which was disguising all the cool stuff in the mid-range and the high frequencies. That's amazing. Version 1. How many layers are you working with in your kick drum processing? It's so thick. It's so full. It's just like every part of it is just like goof, goof, goof. So that's beautiful. I think version 2 we can approve with the big D, and then version 3 could be the mastered one, and we can. What's your plan for these? The group of 140 BPM tracks you're making? Because I would like to have all of them. Like 4. Are there 3 or 4 or 5 by now? They fit together so well, and that exact tempo of like 140, basically kick drum music with just little like ear travelers come. One kick and the rumble. Okay, so 2 layers. It's going to be great. I cannot wait to hear a set of this music mixed together. Oh man, good stuff. Good proper techno. For me, I think that's like my ideal techno. That tempo, that kind of sound, and it does just take you inside. Especially if you have a big system, it's making your clothes vibrate a little bit. Okay, let's keep moving. It's 1:20. We still got some. We got a lot of tracks. I do want to listen to every minute of every track, which may not be possible. Let's see what we can do. Okay, Levy Mudhouse, live jam with, let me check. A little bit of volume, EQ back to flat. That's a cool sounding kick drum. It's kind of flat. With Roland SH101, is that right? Live jam, some editing afterwards, split the low end and the high end. And then some virus lit. Okay. Ooh, and some send return reverbs on pedals. That's fun. Oh, 808 sample, the kick. Big and simple, keep it ready. I think I have kind of the same comment as the last track where there's some stuff in the mid-range I can't quite hear, and the kick drum is huge. Oh, Shepard's interesting. The last kick drums, you're making the basic ones with the drum synth instrument. That's a good tip. I gotta play with that more. I haven't really made a whole thing with that yet. Nice clap. I like the sound textures in this. It's like that one sound coming from far away. That one. That's a cool sound. Yeah, the hi-hats, the bass line too. This is great, man. Let me just try taking the lows down and see what's in the middle here. So that's a little bit of a lift in the mid-range around 2000, a little bit of a low shelf cut just to brighten up the front of it and kind of balance the whole thing overall. I like it, I like it. Pushing some distortion here. Ooh, nice arrival right here. All right. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna skip forward a bunch. Yeah, a little bit of a mixing thing, or possibly you could fix in mastering with overall EQ. The flow is good. Nice and clean right here. Boom, boom, boom. And I like that sort of like kind of polyrhythmic thing of like off-tempo beats coming in and going. Really good sound design. It's excellent that this is a live performance where you can feel that thing of just sounds coming and going. And the mix is not bad. Maybe a little too big on the kick drum. So good job on that. I'm not sure how much you want to spend more time on it as a live jam, but whatever you're doing, it's going in the right direction. Overall, the live recordings we've heard from you have been getting better and more complete over time. They sound more and more like produced tracks and not like just somebody recording a two mix off of a jam. The kick is not going to be fixed in mastering. It must be fixed. Gotcha. Okay, increase the noise, version 2, DJ Waters. We got EQ flat, stereo width. Damn! What is happening? Yes. See if I can keep up with DJ Waters. Let me check on the change log. I'm not sure what. That sound is great. Wah, 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 wah. Where is this mix? Yes, good, good, good. Okay, so some EQ on the lead melody, a little louder on the low end, good, 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 smoother on transitions. added some claps. Oh, and then 4 bars after the break, drop some percussion, right? It sounds really smooth so far. The highs are so bright. Going up. Yes, right here. Yeah. That sound is a little bit loud. Yeah, that upward sweepy sound is a little too loud, but okay. No. There's a sound that's happening too often and it's too loud. That one. Whoop. That upward sweep, we don't need it so many times and it's too loud. And it's hitting around that 3000 hertz area where it just is like, yeah, too much. And then definitely at 3 minutes, don't have that sound repeat because we just don't, I want to get into the bass now. I like this little melody that's kind of plucky. Let me just go back to here. That saw wave also has a little too much energy above 2000, like the 2000 to 5000 hertz range. When you have that one combining with that other sweep, combining with the plucks, that high mid area is going to be too much. So I would fix that by grouping all those synths into a group and doing a little bit of a EQ dip, to pull down those high mids. Yeah, drop it half a dB for me. Thanks. Love ya. Make me some fudge while you're at it too. This part's slamming. And I like how the sounds fade in. Listen to how the sawtooth wave approaches here. Comes up underneath. Yes, Ian, I know what you're saying. I like the bass dive bomb too. Pew. Yep. What's in my ear? That is impressive. All right, so the low end is completely slamming and pumping and just takes you the whole way through oompa, oompa, oompa. And my main issue is that the overall combination of sounds with the breakbeat drum and the synth and the leads get to be a little too much in the upper mid area, like I said 15 times, so I'm not going to say it again. And I know your audience is going to be like, yeah, bring it. So good job on that one. Maybe mix the mid-range a little bit differently with your synth group with some EQ dip. And speaking to the overall replay audience, what I'm talking about is one sound by itself might be just awesome and perfect when you solo it and listen to it. But when you have several sounds that are hitting the same range and they combine in the mix, the overall effect can be like that kind of inner ear distortion where it's like where too many of them are stacking up in that frequency. So to solve that, I would group all those instruments into one stereo group, meaning the lead synth, the sawtooth wave synth that's like rising up, the FX sweep, and do an overall EQ on that group to avoid the combination of those sounds getting too big. And you could even use a dynamic EQ, essentially a de-esser, set to the frequency range that is bothering you. And then throw it in front of your audience at no earlier than 3 a.m. And I'm sure they won't complain. That's awesome. Super pumping, man. The energy in this is just like fun. If I heard this coming in, I would be like, oh my God, we are going to get dehydrated today. Yeah, that's fun music. Okay, now Confusion version 1, in case anybody felt like their life was organized. Think again.
You are a passenger of our journey.
Really good vocal mix. That was perfect. Let me check mono.
Just breathe. Everything is okay.
Yeah, seems to be working. Sweaty. I think I see where you're going with this 150, 148 BPM set.
You might experience confusion.
Oh, I like this ARP lead a lot. Can you bring up that sound louder? That could really come out front a little bit more. Let's see what else happens though.
You are a passenger of our journey.
Awesome sound design.
This is the future. Future.
Wow. Building it up.
The future.
And I like the chord change, the chord progression. It's got like a harmonic motion. Down. Wow. At the arcade.
Future.
That sound design is amazing. What?
Future
That
technology.
This sound is great.
Everything is okay.
Dude, your sound design is crazy good. I like the vocal layer that's in here. All right, Melvis, see you later. Thanks for hanging out. Okay, before we go any further, this lead that comes in, it's a little messed up, right? It's okay in the mix, but it's not playing like a melody that you can remember or kind of like nod your head with. It's like late. Da-da-da, 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 da-da-da. I don't know. It feels like the melody's hitting late somehow. How would you guys describe that? I guess it's like, it's not a simple melody. It's got like, each note feels like it's like, yeah, I don't love that melody line, but the sound is okay, but the notes that it's playing, if that makes sense, are not simple.
You might experience loss and confusion.
Right here, this part is really good. Somehow this feels easy to listen to and it takes you along with it. That scratchy lead felt like kind of hard to listen to, and it didn't really sit together for me.
Just breathe. Everything is okay.
I don't think that lead sound is making it better, honestly.
This is the future.
You know what I think would work is long notes, maybe? Do I have? I forget if I still have it. Where am I?
We nearly completed our voyage through time and space to our new home.
What is going on? All right. Okay. Let's go back to that melody lead. Okay, so for me, that lead sound is too short and has too much rhythm. That's like, I was kind of impersonating going, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. I would hear a melody that works something like this. I don't know, something with long notes and a lead sound that's more like a string lead that keeps continuing and not having a stop and start type deal. Long notes, giving your ear kind of a break. Not trying to tell you what to do with your melody, like as in exactly what I played, but I think the solution for that sound is it has like a choppy, short feel when smooth, long notes with that instrument would feel better for the track. Ian, I don't hear what you're hearing as it needs to flow fast. Well, okay. Anyway, sound design is awesome. The vocal in the mix is really, really great. And this part of the track just feels like a done. Most of this track feels done, actually. Right here. Everything is okay. Okay. Yeah, so there's a little debate on that melody sound, the lead sound. Maybe work with some different ideas and bring version 2 with like a different usage of that sound. For me, that one lead sound is the only thing in the track I would change. Everything else is working, especially right here. No, not there. Wait. This whole area right here is so smooth. Totally hitting. All right, good job. Let's keep moving through. And honestly, for a version 1 to sound that good is incredible. The 8D, the sound design, the layering, the combination of stuff, and the mood that it generates is like amazing for a version 1. So I'm happy to hear that. Oh, Alex B. Boundless version 7. Okay, EQ is back to flat. Stereo is wide. See if we can get all these 6 tracks done in 15 minutes. Oh no. We check the changelog on here. Okay, removed the swishy sound in the beginning. So far so good. Added a stab, messed around with the ending and some pitch modulation. So let's check kind of a song structure thing. I like it so far. It's feeling good. You ruined this? I don't think so. I like those sounds. The delay that just came in. I know you did a lot of work on that bass sound. It's feeling good. The kick drum feels like it's a separate thing. And the bass growl thing. Wow, wow. I like how those two sound in this mix. Oh, you made a bunch of changes and saved over the old file? That's not good, but this is still all right, so let's see what we got. Transition's working good. So Alex, are you saying that you do not have the file from version 7? Or are you telling us that version 6 was perfect and then you messed it up with this one? Because this is sounding good, man. What is the new stab? Was that it? Little effects are really clear. All those little shwa shwa. Oh, you saved over 6 instead of creating a new one. Well, yeah, this low end, I'm liking it, man. I like those little delays on the tack, tack, tack. Nice and spacious. Pitch shift. Those details are really cool. Oh, Ben, sorry you gotta go. Yeah, I did pull up a Not in My House version 2, so I'll review this at the end of the stream and you can catch it on the replay because I wanted to get that update in. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the comments. Alex, this is sounding really good. I'm not sure what else you want to do with it, but I'm not hearing any problems. Got this busy little synth coming in. Percussion's beautiful. Like one thing, okay. Right here where it gets kind of empty, I thought, as I was listening to that pitch shift, I thought, okay, the drum reverb is a little noticeable. So if you want to get super detailed, at the point where that pitch shift is happening, fade out the drum reverb so it gets drier and drier and drier and feels like the pitch shift is coming up your nose, for example. But that's my creative overlay, not a mistake. And that low end is boom, 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 boom. That's some low shelf boost. This track is like a harmonically weird animal. Now, wow. And then it does resolve and it does come through, but it's not a chord progression I would ever predict or anything. And it has a I think you're pretty close to done on this one. I think you could put this up for, maybe send it to Piv or something for mastering review. Possibly the kick drum could be a little bit deeper on that bow, 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 deep bottom. But yeah, I think this is a situation where you have a very common situation like everybody else, where you work on your own track so much that you just get into editor mode and you're like, I gotta chop off this little piece and fix this little thing. And like, you can go down a rabbit hole going way too deep on being critical. And a lot of times other people hear the track and they're like, oh, this is excellent. So we're in the position right now where the group is like, it's great. It sounds awesome. The details are there. The mix is there. The structure is there. It's cool sound design, the build-ups, the drops, everything about it is working the way it should work. So I think your mind is playing tricks on you. Yeah, I think this one is good. I think this one's good to go. Maybe maybe that last metal sound is too much like 2.6 kilohertz. You know, matter of taste. Can I look at the outro? Sure. That sound is awesome. It's a great mix, perfect mix out. That's cool. That last sound I think is too loud. That's the only thing with the oh, and then the tail of the fade out is cut off. So here I am saying that sound is too loud, and then at the same time, the tail is cut off. Yeah, Alex, I don't have any serious feedback on what would change for that. The very, very last sound felt metallic and kind of extra. I like all the sounds. Yeah, I think you're good. What are you saying? Just the kick and the crash? I forget. What did I say about the kick? Maybe a little more of the kick drum? But version 7 sounds good. If you want to do anything for version 8 for Saturday, you could, or send it for mastering and get some master notes on what maybe tiny things could change in the master level. Okay, Matt Schultz, I'm not sure what you meant, but I'm going to play your track in case you can't be here on Saturday. We got Paul Robinson, another Genie, and then Ben. And it's, okay, let's go. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Got Eating cake. Yeah, you guys can eat cake. You want to have cake on Saturday? You can have cake. So another Grown Out of Minimal remix, Sage of the Diviners. What is that, Divinorum Salvia? Make you walk crooked. There it is. The Matt Schultz bump. Boop. So far, so good, Matt. Grown dub of minimal. Yeah, slow cooker. I was just about to say, Piv, this remix, the group of tracks we've heard for this remix collection is amazing. My only question is maybe the kick drum was a little big. Maybe some of the mid-range details could be louder. When it comes back in, I'll try it. Like, I feel like these mids and details could be up at this volume. I pushed up the broadcast level on this. This sounds great. I'm gonna leave it at this broadcast volume, cut the low EQ right now, and let's see what happens when the kick drum comes back in. So minus 6 dB with a 60 hertz low shelf EQ, and raise the volume. And that's how I like the sound of this track. More of the mid-range, more of the highs. The low end is still nice and deep. Oh, Piv, that's cool. More than one release. So like the 4 on the Floor remixes and then the one of the 15-minute Long Journeys remixes. That's cool. I got to get mine done. I haven't worked on it since my computer crashed, but I'm back up and running now, so I'll be getting my Lofofora remix done for you. Matt, I don't have anything to say. What? I want to be able to give everybody at least one useful tip, and all I can think of on this track is that maybe the mids and the highs could be louder and the kick drum down a little bit, which is kind of obvious, I guess. Genie, the slow, high-frequency, eerie part that comes through every once in a while, right? Up there. Nice stereo field. Mono. Stereo. Mono. Stereo. Oh, you reverse the vocal. Vocoder, yeah. Matt, I think this is done, man. I'm not sure how much time you put into it, but if you do one more mix with the kick drum down like 4 dB maybe, and then leave space for mastering for the mids and highs to be just a little bit turned up, I think we're good. This is a beautiful dub techno, a little faster than your usual stuff. It totally works for me. 17 days left. Get your remixes done for Grown Out of Minimal, or else you're gonna die. Yeah, mono sounds good. So we're at 6 minutes right now. We have another like 3 minutes, a good 2 minutes of outro. I'm gonna bump forward a little bit. Boop. Yeah. And a beautiful ending. Let's see, did he cut off the tail? That's a really good job. Matt Schultz, get some claps. Get some feedback from Piv on the low end. I personally thought the kick drum could come down so that the rest could come up. My opinion. All right, Hope version 3. We got, oh my God, 4 tracks left. It's 2 o'clock. Should I stop now and save these for Saturday, or do you all want feedback on these right now? Let me know, because I can go a little bit longer, but not if everybody's going to die of starvation or something. No tail cutting this time around, yeah. Okay, Hope version 3. Let's see, what are the... A little bit lower on the kick, balance the bass and stabs, hi-hat shelf, clap reverb. Okay. You guys had a little back and forth about the ozone on the final master channel. The energy is there for sure. Yes. This is a little fast. It's like 130, 128 BPM. Okay, Paul. Yeah. I'll hang out and do review on yours. Yeah. I like that little hi-hat thing. Back there. Percussion layers sound good. I like the chord layers. They're soft, just like dun, bum. That clap could be louder. Right here. The clap that came in at 2 minutes, I think could be louder. I like how it swells. It's got this growing feeling right here. Yeah, it has that reverse kind of feel of like zoop, zoop, sucking you in. So far, just make that clap louder. That's my only feeling. And it said you fixed the reverb and lowered the faint clap. I don't know if maybe too low. This part, the synth instrument mix is perfect. put it up, put it up, put it up, and it's like wah, wah, wah. Really good harmonic motion. Yeah, this layer has that bounce. Yes.
To inquire really deeply.
Good vocal.
Being able to take these days off from your regular life. To inquire really deeply. To being able to take these days off from your regular.
This is perfect.
To inquire really deeply. To being able to take these days off from your regular life. To inquire really deeply. To being able to take these days off from your regular life. To inquire really deeply. To being able to take these days off from your regular life. To inquire really deeply.
That was smooth. Yes, exactly, right here. Good, good, good. Song form is totally working. I'm gonna skip through a little bit.
Off from your regular life. To inquire really deeply. To being able to take these days off from your regular
All I want to have is just a clap a bit louder. This is a different clap right here, right? And I hear the filters on that clap sound. It's beautiful. It's soft and kind of like floating and very spacious and everything. So I like everything about the mix. The clap part feels like, because it has a big reverb on it and the dry one is too quiet. I'm not sure how you visualize that sounding, but for me, that's the only thing that sounds off about this track. Same 909 clap. Anybody else have an opinion on that? I'm not sure if my ears are getting tired in headphones here, but that's a beautiful track. I especially like how the middle part feels. The vocal is nice and loud, and it all sits together. Things enter and leave. That's good. Okay, Paul Robinson. And thanks for the comments on the Ableton Live group about the track feedback. Hopefully some more people can find us. Listen to this shit. Low end feels kind of rumbly. This sound design is a fun one. I remember this. Check mono. I don't know how you came up with this sound. I mean, technically I could figure it out, but creatively I'm just like, who thinks of this sound? Yeah, percussion is nice and snappy. Let me check the changelog here. So reduce the bass on the intro, a little louder with the hi-hats, stabs longer, stereo width, new bass section a little quieter, and snare from longer. Okay. Hi-hats are sounding good. This mix is sounding good. Nice delay there with that blurb synth ending. That's a nice clap. Snappy. How are you guys feeling with the sub bass line and the kick, right? I feel it like, whoa, whoa. Hold on, let's check that sub where the kick is out. Filters moving. Good, good, good. Yeah, the sub is like, it's okay that the sub is in there. I think I would go for side chaining in this situation, to side chain it nice and hard in between the kick drums and let it just be a lower level sound. Because the sub feels like a constant kind of rumble drone, not like it's playing any kind of pitch or any note or any specific rhythm. It's just always there, like whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, Piv, the mix is too dynamic, needs to get grouped more and glued together. So Paul, with the different synths and stuff. Yeah, and these, like, that little woodblock percussion is a bunch louder than the other percussion. So I don't know how you have your mix laid out, but if you could put all the drums into a group and do a round of like a compressor and a limiter. Also with the wild synth layers, get those with like a glue compressor 4:1 ratio. I'm still listening to the sub and thinking of what I would do to have that be different. Like Matt, in his tracks, the sub is big, but it's not very often. So it comes in and it's like whoop, and then stops. With this sub, if you want to have it down low like that, it might need some moments of pausing, so it's not a continuous like. And with your kick down at 50 hertz, do you need the sub all the way down that deep? Yeah, I think I would do a combination of things with the sub bass. Maybe chop some dynamics into it with like a volume envelope automation, possibly MIDI note changes or something, and pick places in the rhythm where the sub should be a pulse, and then cut out places where the kick drum is there or something else, so the sub has more of a whoop whoop kind of thing, whoop whoop, or something, so it's not a constant level of like low end pressure, but more of like a comes and goes. So compositional change, then a little bit of technical mixing after that. So start with the composition, the positioning. Don't have it as a constant layer. That's my first idea. Because it almost feels like an extension of the kick drum tail, just like go, go, go. If anybody else has ideas what they would do, let me know. I'm open. These leads are really cool. I like this sound design a lot on this lead. Then that kind of deep house chord. It's an interesting sonic arrangement. So let's get... And I like how the bass is doing that kind of pitch glide. Another idea for what to do with the sub is make a copy of the sub bass, high pass filter it up to like 150 or 200 hertz, and turn that up really loud. So we get the tonal thing of it going like whoop, 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 that sort of like reverse kind of water sound, and take out the super low end of the sub where the kick drum is happening. That could be an idea. So that's a super cool track. Sonically, it's really interesting. If you can get the sub bass to do something a little different and be in shape, and then handle, overall dynamics and compression for your groups, instrument groups and drum groups, that'll be pretty close to done. And really interesting. Okay, there's Ben. I'm going to just leave Ben for Saturday. And Jeannie, do you need feedback on this track? I would like to stop now. It's 2:15 and I got some other stuff happening today. So it would be really good for me to leave these two for Saturday for next time. Remind everybody to check out courses.mixatexture.com, where you can find some really interesting hands-on lessons and Ableton production tips and tricks, especially how to EQ your tracks. I'm just in the process of rebuilding this course, adding hands-on projects where you can download Ableton sessions and do EQ lessons hands-on to learn the frequency sweep technique, to understand why we say cut before you boost, figure out how to work with all the different sounds in the mix, from kick drums to beats to synths and even vocals. I just got licensing permission to use 2 female vocal songs that I did in the live workshop. Now they're going to be built into the course so you can work with real multi-track vocal stems from a real song in this EQ course to learn how to EQ them. And the fun part for me is building the track or building the course so that it's just broken enough that EQing is the solution. In other words, you're learning just the part about EQing. You don't have to worry about compression and reverb and, slicing out the breath in between the voices. All that stuff is pretty much done. And I present you with problems that can be fixed with EQ. So you learn how to choose the right EQ, which type of solution do you need to fix a frequency problem, how to hear frequency problems, how to identify problems in the mix, and then use the EQ tools in Ableton Live to fix them. So you learn by using stock plugins, and the stuff you learn is ear training and listening that can apply to any other audio engineering situation, from an analog board to VST plugins or whatever else you come across. It's really a comprehensive EQ course. I'm super happy about it. And the updates are fun. I'm making hands-on projects that are guided activities for you to do. So check that one out. That's going to be coming up. The updates are coming in this summer, maybe next month, and it's going to be awesome. I'm ending with Matt Schultz just to illustrate how the sub bass is happening once in a while. Okay. So the sub bass has rhythm, and there's space for the kick drum to happen in between. Oh, Jeannie, thank you. Okay, new version before Saturday. I would love to hang out and do more tracks, but I need to stop before the end of time. And last up, Matt Schultz, Bandcamp, new release. Check it out, get some dub techno in your brain. And if you want to join Track Feedback, be part of the crew, share tracks on Discord, and get them reviewed live, sign up at patreon.com/mixatexture. I really appreciate the help. This helps me keep the studio running and making tracks with everybody. And I'm going to go and listen to the house music submissions. Thank you, computer, for working perfectly today. And that's it for Track Feedback, everybody. I'll see you on Saturday. Peace.